All right, good afternoon. A little bit of Monday afternoon baseball. So welcome back. We're going to continue with our Boston.com tournament. This is a team of just great teams selected by AP writers. And we've been going through a one and done tournament. We're still in round one, but almost through it. So today is going to be the Kansas City Royals of 2015 going against the 1902 Pittsburgh Pirates. So Johnny Cueto versus Deacon Philippe. So should be a good game. We've had some dead ball teams advance. We've had a good mix of teams advancing. So I hope you enjoy this little Monday afternoon matinee of baseball, because I know I sure will. My goodness gracious. Yes, indeed. Huh. So, yeah. And hopefully everybody's doing well. I know it's been a while since I've been on, but that's all right. Don't want to put you guys through too much madness or anything like that. I'm trying to be merciful. Trying to be merciful. So yeah, there we go. Tournament continues, and 2015 Royals. I'll just get this written in there versus 1902 Pirates. The Pittsburgh Pirates. Those Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, and there we go. Hide that little thing, and let's get going. Let's get going. Let's get going. All right. 1902, the Pirates were such a dominant team. 14 games ahead of second place Brooklyn that year. Just 1 year prior to the first modern World Series. So we're going to be going to Exposition Park today, I believe. So did you know that? I didn't know. I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear about it anymore, said Bill Buckner. Can you blame him? All right, let's look at the starting lineups first for the 2015 Kansas City Royals. Leading off in center field, Lorenzo Cain. Batting second at second base, Ben Zobrist. Batting third at first base, Eric Hosmer. Batting in the cleanup spot at third base, Mike Moustakas. Batting fifth in right field, Paulo Orlando. Batting sixth in left field, Alex Gordon. And in the seventh slot and catching, Salvador Perez. Batting eighth at shortstop, Alcides Escobar. And pitching and batting ninth, Johnny Cueto for the hometown Pittsburgh Pirates of 1902. Leading off in left field, player manager Fred Clark. Batting second in center field, Ginger Beaumont. Batting third at shortstop, the Flying Dutchman, Hannes Wagner. And wrong picture in there for him. Batting in the cleanup spot at third base, Tommy Leach. Batting fifth at second base, Claude Ritchie. Batting sixth at first base, Kitty Bransfield. Batting seventh, right fielder, Jimmy Sebring. Batting eighth and catching, Jack O'Connor. And wrong picture of Jack O'Connor, but we're not going to worry about it in this one and done tournament. And pitching and batting ninth, Deacon Philippe. Johnny Cueto in 2015 for the Kansas City Royals posted an 11-13 record with a 3.45 earned run average, a 1.14 whip, and 7.5 strikeouts per 9 innings. Deacon Philippe went 20-9 for the 1902 Pittsburgh Pirates, a 2.05 earned run average, and a 1.07 whip, 4 strikeouts per 9 innings. Johnny Cueto also with that famous balk in against the Pirates. That was a lot of fun. So, an X-Red and strikeout machine, and dropped the ball. And on the next pitch, gave up a home run to Russell Martin. Yep. Yeah, we loved him in Pittsburgh. We sure did. All right, Aaron, I hope you're doing really well today. And thank you very much for coming in and following. It's been a while since I've done one of these. So, but fun nonetheless. Till Daddy takes the T-Bird away. All right, welcome to Exposition Park on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. So a little bit of trivia. Old Three Rivers Stadium, there was a home plate painted on the parking lot, which was in the exact spot that home plate was in at Exposition Park. So home plate is here, and Three Rivers would have been out here around the center field area. Of course, now PNC Park, also in the North Shore. They still do have this preserved here, and some other niceties. Looking at the starting defense for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Hall of Fame left fielder, player manager Fred Clark. In left field, center field, Ginger Beaumont. And in right, Jimmy Sebring. Tough right fielder out there. From first to third, we got Kitty Bransfield, Claude Ritchie, Hannes Wagner, and Tommy Leach. I may do another APA 66 World Series game after this one. Twins up 3-1 over the Phils, says Aaron Reed. Behind the plate is Jack O'Connor. Lorenzo Cain leading things off here with a 307 average. He had 16 home runs in 2015, 72 runs batted in, as we do a quick pan around the Pirates' first park, Exposition Park, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, on the North Shore. At the confluence of the three rivers, the Allegheny, Ohio, and Monongahela. The 1-2 pitch.
Strike three.
And Deacon Philippe in there with a nice changeup, swinging at the inside corner. Down goes Lorenzo Cain, and here comes Ben Zobrist, the lefty, in the box with a 284 average in 2015, 7 home runs, and he batted in 23. Parallel League says, hi, Beatles and Aaron. He says he has a 2:30 meeting, so can't stay long. We'll hang around for a little bit. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Good to see you. All right, Zobrist in the box. One down here, underway here at this one-and-done tournament. We are in Exposition Park in Pittsburgh. The Kansas City Royals of 2015 versus the Pittsburgh Pirates of 1902. Count full on Zobrist. Zobrist swings, and this will be a line drive to left, and this one is going to be trouble. Zobrist going for 2, and he will stop with a 1-out double. So the Kansas City Royals of 2015 with a runner in scoring position. So good hustle there by Ben Zobrist, and it brings up Eric Hosmer. Hosmer batting in the number 3 slot, the first baseman in 2015 with 18 home runs and 93 runs batted in for him. So one down, and here is the pitch to Hosmer. Hosmer swings, and he's going to dump this one into right. Base hit. Zobrist had to hold up a little bit to make sure that was going to drop. Jimmy Sebring covers a lot of range out there and decides to play it safely. So runners at the corners, Deacon Felipe in a little bit of a pickle here as Mike Moustakas strides to the plate. Moustakas batting in the number 4 slot here for these 2015 Kansas City Royals. 22 home runs, 82 runs batted in, and he hit at a 284 clip in 2015. Deacon Philippe having to work out of the stretch, and the count full on Moustakas. Moustakas sends this out to center field, and this is going to score a run. Tagging over there at third base as Beaumont makes the catch is Ben Zobrist, and the boos going up here in the Steel City as the 2015 Kansas City Royals tally the first run in this game. Top of the first, 2 down for Paulo Orlando. 249 in 2015 with the Royals. 7 home runs, 27 runs batted in. This game brought to you by Fatima Cigarettes. All right, the 0-1 pitch. Swung on. This one, little infield pop on the right-hand side. And Bransfield will make the catch. Side retires, but the Royals do tally a run here in the top of the first. Bottom of the first action now coming up here at Exposition Park in Pittsburgh, PA. It's the 2015 Royals 1 and the 1902 Pirates. Coming to bat, looking at the starting defense for the 2015 Royals. Let's start with the infield first. At first base, we got Gold Glove Eric Hosmer. Second base, Ben Zobrist. Gold Glove shortstop Alcides Escobar. At third base, Mike Moustakas. Looking at the outfield, we got Alex Gordon in left with a Gold Glove. In center, Lorenzo Cain, another Gold Glove. And in right, Paulo Orlando. Catching is Salvador Perez, also a Gold Glover. And on the mound, Johnny Cueto. So no Gold Gloves, obviously, for the Pirates because that award didn't exist. I'm sure that most of you know. It's obvious. But there we go. There we go. So we got a few people hanging out. Thank you. I know that Parallel League's got to leave this in a few minutes, but I do appreciate you guys stopping by. And for anybody catching the game a bit later on, I hope to get a little bit more frequent, a little bit more regular schedule. But for right now, thank you for the just the weird odd times that I show up and you guys can catch a game. Really appreciate it. Fred Clark leading it off here. Fred Clark was named the player manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates at the age of 29 and was an excellent manager, a great player in the Hall of Fame. So if I'm not mistaken, he is Hall of Fame credentials as a player and as a manager. So unlike Lasorda, Wilbert Robertson, of course, the other player that comes to mind immediately was a great player and a great manager, of course, none other than, in my mind, the greatest manager in all of baseball, John McGraw. All right, anyhow, Fred Clark with a 316 average for him, 2 home runs, 53 runs batted in. This is going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates trying to work that speed. Perez sets up the target for Johnny Cueto. Cueto deals the 1-2 pitch to Fred Clark on the way. And Fred Clark cuts on this one, and this one is going to be right out to Eric Hosmer calling off Eric Cueto. And that retires Fred Clark for out number one. Here's Ginger Beaumont. Ginger Beaumont would go on to play for the Cross Commonwealth Philadelphia Phillies later in his career. But in 1902, a 357 average, 67 runs batted in, one down here in the bottom of the first. Outfield shortened up a bit for Beaumont, and this one soft liner right to third, but Moustakas has it for out number two. So 2 buckos up, 2 buckos down for Hannes Wagner. And I've got to say that Face Gen getting a little bit better here. That's actually a believable picture of Hannes Wagner, so that's cool. Not that I'm going to start using Face Gen, but it did a good job on Wagner this time. As I told you guys before, I stopped using Face Gen when I saw them having Hannes Wagner in a goatee. Man never wore facial hair ever. So, yeah, but looks good. Looks good. All right, Wagner, a 330 average, 3 home runs, 91 runs batted in. Absolute terror in the National League. 0-1 pitch on the way to the Flying Dutchman, and Wagner is hit by Cueto. So the Flying Dutchman aboard, 2 down, and if Fred Clark has his way, some dead ball tactics just may come into play here. As Tommy Leach, here's a great forgotten player from the dead ball era in the box now. Tommy Leach had 6 home runs in 1902, 85 runs batted in, and a 278 average. 2 down, 1-0 your score. Hannes Wagner on at first. Cueto winds and deals. And the throwdown, Wagner was going all the way, and they got him. So up and gunning. And the Royals cut down the Flying Dutchman. We head to the top of the second here. And again, great play by Salvador Perez to be aware of Wagner going on 2 outs. It's 1-0 Royals. So it's going to be Gordon, Perez, and Escobar due up for these Royals. All right, Felipe to face Alex Gordon now. Alex Gordon with 13 home runs, is 48 runs batted in, 271 average in 2015. Count full on Perez, and check swing. Felipe coming in there with a nice fastball, picking up his second strikeout of the game. So 1 up, 1 down now for Salvador Perez. Strong throw getting the Flying Dutchman. 21 home runs for the Royals catcher, 70 runs batted in, and a 260 average. So quick announcement for anybody that's a pocket pennant run baseball player. I am creating, or have created, an external thing, research and stuff. But for anybody that's interested, and I'm going to take my time on it because I really want to wait for the big update that's coming out. But I am creating, or have created, a league of a player's best season based on his WAR for the franchise with which he is most associated. So I may show those rosters off in a broadcast or today if any other folks come in or whatever. If anybody wants that for Pocket Pennant Run, I hope because the way the update cycle seems to work, especially with the big ones that are coming out, I'm guessing that since Paul just started testing for the next big update, which is going to have the player picks and all kinds of cool stuff. That's not going to be for a while. So once that update hits, I will start putting that league into Pocket Pennant Run Baseball. And I see that Clinton Parks actually is a recent member of the Facebook group for Pocket Pennant Run Baseball. So I'm hoping that he has adopted it. I'm also going to create the same league in Out of the Park Baseball as well. So if there's any interest in it for Out of the Park Baseball, I can get that done a little faster because I don't have to do players one at a time. Pocket Pennant Run would be nice to do some batch import stuff, but there you go. I wanted to do it in Action PC Baseball, but that would mean installing every season from 1880 to 2024, and I'm not going to do that. So maybe at some point in Action PC Baseball, but it will be available for Pocket Pennant Run after the update and Out of the Park Baseball as I can work on it. Samuel Smith joining us here. He says, happy Monday. Sweltering where I am, my friend, going to be for the next 3 days. And then this heat wave breaks and it gets into the 70s on the weekend. And I cannot wait. Hope you're doing well, Samuel. And Sam and I always talk literature. I'm waiting for a shipment of books. Off topic from baseball. I'm a big Brian Jacques fan, the Redwall series. So I had them. Somehow they got all messed up and everything. So I found them on eBay, all 20 books for a cozy little price of $5 per book. So waiting for those. Cannot wait. If you guys have not read the Redwall series, it's fantastic. Fantasy novels, but all the characters are animals, and they're brilliant. They are just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So if you like fantasy, check out Redwall. All right. Perez bats with one down here. The count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Perez swing and a miss. Deacon Philippe coming with it here. A good hard fastball challenging Perez, and Perez swinging right through it. 3rd strikeout for Deacon Philippe. Did I hear about the death of Hulk Hogan? Indeed, I did. Michael Moorcock, excellent writer. Yep. We all know about the Black Blade, and even Blue Oyster Cult wrote a song about it. All right. Yes, I did, Aaron. So you can still do his voice, keep him alive. The death, of course, that saddened me the most last week was the death of a true legend, Ozzy Osbourne. But yeah, so may the memories of Malcolm Jamal Warner, Hulk Hogan, and of course, Ozzy Osbourne be eternal. All right, 2 down now for Alcides Escobar. Escobar with a 257 average in 2015, 3 home runs and 47 runs batted in. Deacon Philippe looking to pick up another strikeout here. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Escobar, and he does it. So Deacon Philippe strikes out the side, and another fastball. So Philippe bringing the old heat. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning here in Pittsburgh. It's the 2015 Royals 1 and the 1902 Pirates nothing. And we'll see Tommy Leach, Claude Ritchie, and Kitty Bransfield due up for the Buccos. 6 home runs for the Bucco third baseman Tommy Leach in 1902. 85 runs batted in and a 2.78 batting average. 2-1 pitch on the way to Tommy. Leach swings, and this one is high, fairly deep to right field, going back, and you can kiss it goodbye. And the dead ballers tie it up here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Tommy Leach, 418 feet here at a big, big ballpark. Exposition Park in Pittsburgh, and they are happy here in the Steel City, giving him a rousing round of applause. Let's look at that home run again. It's Tommy Leach going opposite field on that too. Looks like Johnny Cueto hung that slider a little bit here. It didn't exactly slide the way Johnny had hoped. A whole new ball game here in Pittsburgh, and here goes Leach, 102 miles off the bat, and it's gone. Touch 'em all, Tommy. Yep, Ozzy Osbourne was a huge Beatles fan. In fact, did a great cover of the Beatles song In My Life, which is really beautiful. Saw a great video where he finally got to meet Paul McCartney. He said his dream was always to be one of the Beatles, and he said that without the Beatles, there would have been no Ozzy, and he's absolutely right. But loved Ozzy Osbourne. Just from all accounts, just what a cool guy. And yep, it's always when you lose a legend, somebody like that, you know. I mean, the Black Sabbath, they're the Beatles of heavy metal, and but what a nice legacy to leave behind. That concert was the highest grossing concert for charity ever, ever. And in fact, there's another Beatles connection too. George Harrison hosted the very, very first all-star charity concert, the concert for Bangladesh back in 1970. So Ozzy Osbourne and that beautiful connection there, but raised something like 290 million euros, and some great bands playing there. Of course, Judas Priest was there, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. Amazing, amazing stuff. So to Ozzy, thank you for just being an amazing person. An amazing person. He once said that somebody commented, doesn't it bother you that people are laughing at you? He said, it doesn't bother me. He says, as long as people are laughing. And I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, you know. So, Ozzy, you will be missed, certainly. All right, indeed, the Pirate fans are happy, as Aaron Reed notes, as Claude Ritchie steps in the box. The Bucko Keystone Man with 2 home runs, 55 runs batted in, 277. Thank you for indulging me on my a bit late tribute to Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Claude Ritchie, and Ritchie sends a little lazy fly ball out to left field, and Gordon back on it, and Alex will pull that one down for the first out of the inning. And here's Kitty Bransfield now. Bransfield hit 305 in 1902 with 69 runs batted in. 2-1 pitch on the way. Bransfield cuts on this one, sinking line to the left. This is going to be trouble. It's going to go all the way to the left corner here at Cavernous Exposition Park, and Bransfield is going to hold with a 1-out double. So the Buccos with a potential go-ahead run in scoring position at second base, catching up to that Johnny Cueto fastball. And here comes Jimmy Sebring. So as Aaron correctly noted, Johnny Cueto a strikeout machine, but thus far, we are only in the bottom of the second. Cueto behind Deacon Fleep in strikeouts, 3-0. All right, here's the right fielder, Jimmy Sebring, premier outfielder of his day, one of the premier outfielders of his day. Didn't get a lot of playing time in the 1902 Buccos. You would see him, of course, in the World Series in 1903, and had a pretty good career with the Bucks. But in 80 at bats, 15 runs batted in, a 325 average. So Jimmy, the lefty, looking to come through clutch here for the Buccaneers. Cueto peers in, has a sign from catcher Salvador Perez. Count even on Sebring. And Sebring swings and a miss on a nice cutter there by Johnny Cueto. So he picks up his first strikeout of the game. And that is the second out of the inning for the catcher for the Pirates, Jack O'Connor, a 294 average for O'Connor with a home run and 28 runs batted in. Remember, this is a continuation of a one-and-done tournament. 0-2 pitch on the way. O'Connor swings, and this one lazy pop-up on the infield towards second base, and Ben Zobrist calling everybody off, and he takes it in. But the Pittsburgh Pirates pick up a run on a solo shot by Mr. Tommy Leach. We go to the top of the third, and it is tied up all the way across the board, 1, 2, and 0. All right, we're at the bottom of the order here. It'd be Johnny Cueto, then we swing around back to the top, Lorenzo McCain, and Ben Zobrist. So here we go. Philippe ready to work. 0-1 pitch to Cueto. Cueto swings, and this one a little flare out to center. Coming in on that ball is Ginger Beaumont. So again, Deacon Philippe coming with the heat and gets the out. Beaumont covering a lot of ground out there. Let's look at our weather here in Pittsburgh. So we do have a wind going from left to right at 10 miles per hour. 56 degrees here at Exposition Park. Big field, but tiny seating capacity. 9,384 here in attendance on the North Shore. All right, back at the top of the order, Lorenzo McCain is 0-for-1. Count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. McCain late swing on the third strike, and once again, it's a fastball for Deacon Philippe and hang up number 5. All right, Zobrist now in the box. Ben Zobrist is 1-for-1. Second baseman waits for the delivery, doubled back in the first. Zobrist swings on this one, and a little tapper back to the mound. Coming off the bump is Deacon Philippe, spears it, and that retires the side. The Royals go quietly. We head to the home half of the third inning here in Pittsburgh. It's 1-1. As Aaron Reed says, he loves him some Aerosmith. Yeah, it's great stuff. Great band. Great band. Also at the bottom of the order here, we got the 9-1-2 here for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Deacon Philippe, Fred Clark, and Ginger Beaumont. Jack Dawson joining us. How you doing, Jack? Been a while since I've seen you guys. Been a while since I've seen you, Jack. Hope all is well with you. Deacon Philippe, a 221 average in 1902 with a home run and 12 runs batted in. Here is the pitch from Johnny Cueto, and Philippe sends a little flare, but right to short, and Escobar making the catch out there for 1 down. We go to the top of the order. Ignore the organ in the background. They weren't in ballparks in 1902. Player manager Fred Clark, 0-for-1. Score 1-1. 3-2 pitch. Fred Clark holds up, and he will get the base on ball, so he trots down to first. So Fred Clark has wheels, and here's Ginger Beaumont. Good contact hitter, but 0-for-1 today. So Royals need to be looking out for a possible hit and run play from the Pittsburgh Pirates. 1-2. The runner does not go. Quick throw to first. And snap throw by Salvador Perez, but not in time to get Fred Clark, who dives back safely. All right, here we go. Count full now. And this one wrapped to center field. Going back on this ball, it's going to be trouble over the head of the center fielder. And the Pittsburgh Pirates are going to take the lead 2-1. And going into base number 3 with a triple is Ginger Beaumont, as Fred Clark comes in to score, and the 1902 Pirates take an early 2-1 lead. Todd B joining us. He says, "Hey Beatles, inside too hot to do any work." I'm telling you, brother, it's awful. I'm glad I'm off today, but I still got to deal with. I think the organist is losing his shit here. I think he's very upset because there were no organs in Parks in 1902. Anyhow, Todd, good to see you. Glad you're staying in and stay hydrated. I got to work 2 days in this heat tomorrow and Wednesday, but then it breaks Thursday. Can't wait for you folks out in Cleveland. It should be breaking Wednesday, I think. So, but it is terrible out there, guys. So if you're in this heat wave, just be careful. Buccos lead 2-1. Ginger Beaumont is 90 feet away. Potential insurance run for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Stepping in here now is the Flying Dutchman. Hannes Wagner walked and caught stealing his last time up. 1-1 pitch to Wagner. Wagner swings, lined right to first. And Hosmer spears that BB. So 2 down. The great Hannes Wagner having trouble figuring out Johnny Cueto. This time at least. And here's Tommy Leach. Tommy Leach with a solo home run that tied this game up for the Bucks in the second. And the pitch. And this one is going to be in the dirt, but Salvador Perez, nice job stopping that ball, because Ginger Beaumont, that thing gets back to the backstop. Beaumont was so fast he could even crawl home before Perez would have gotten back to the dish to tag him out. All right, reset. Leach back in the box. The count, 1-1 strike. Tommy swings, soft liner right to first, and that does it. So the Pittsburgh Pirates, though, do pick up a run on the triple by Ginger Beaumont that scored Fred Clark. And we begin the middle innings of this contest. Top of the 4th, the 1902 Pirates 2 and the 2015 Kansas City Royals 1. Deacon Philippe to face the 3-4-5 in the Royals lineup. Eric Hosmer, Mike Moustakas, and Paulo Orlando. All right. Hosmer 1-for-1 in the game. Philippe has the sign from catcher Jack O'Connor. Count, 1-2 strikes. Felipe brings it, swung on, and this one's going to get past first into right field, base hit. So third hit, for the Kansas City Royals. Hosmer holding in first, decent speed for Mike Moustakas. RBI in this game. And there goes the runner. The throw down by Jack O'Connor's not going to be in time. Great jump there by Eric Hosmer, and O'Connor, even with a pretty good gun down there to second base. Hosmer was looking to go. All right, so potential tying run for the Kansas City Royals now on at second base here in the top of the 4th inning. Moustakas back in the box. 0-2 pitch. Moustakas swings. This was going to be tapped back to the mound. Felipe looks the runner back, goes to first. Good sound baseball there on the 1-3 putout. Moustakas is out number 1. Hosmer remains at the Keystone sack, and here's Paulo Orlando. He is 0-for-1. 1-2 pitch on the way. Orlando swings. This one ground to third. Runner ain't going. They look him back, and there we go. So Orlando is another 5-3 put out there. Good peg by Tommy Leach. Looking Eric Hosmer back, and on to first to Kitty Bransfield. Brings up Alex Gordon now, 0-for-1. So Felipe checks the runner Hosmer, looks in. O'Connor sets up. Here's the pitch. And Gordon sends this little flare out to center field. Coming in hard on his horse is Ginger Beaumont, making a nice catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. A man left in scoring position. The score remains the 1902 Pirates 2 and the 2015 Royals 1. Todd B says, breaking news out of Cleveland. Emmanuel Clase suspended on suspicion of gambling. Oh man, yeah, sports gambling is ruining everything. It is. It truly, truly, truly is. Oh man, yeah. And Class A, hopefully, he is not that stupid. That's the unforgivable. It really is. When you think of it, I mean, Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe are now at least going to be eligible for the Hall of Fame. But look how long that took, especially for Shoeless Joe. Baseball has given guys that had substance abuse problems, even spousal abuse issues, second chances, whatever. But wow, if Class A was gambling, oof. Baseball is so super tough on that. Super tough, man. Let's hope that the allegation is false. But Todd makes an excellent point here that deserves marqueed. That it really is. It's it was I mean, it was something that baseball has struggled with, but really cleaned it up. But now you could bet on anything. Although betting on baseball is not smart. But anyhow, yeah, it does. It does, Todd. It says, yeah, it makes you wonder if he threw that Yankee. There's that doubt, and I think that's the thing that baseball certainly doesn't want to deal with. It Parallel League says the sad part is you can bet on one at bat now. Has to be tempting to do that for the players. I know, right? Again, I've said before. I know a lot of gamblers, and they say that. Betting on baseball is just crazy. He said anybody that bets on baseball, that's just but for a baseball player to do it, come on, you got to realize baseball is going to show no mercy, and if there's evidence, Emmanuel Clase, what an excellent player he is. So Aaron Reese is so sick of Major League Baseball app constantly playing ads for gambling sites. I know. And Aaron brings up a good point right there. So baseball, while it does take a hard line, is not at all afraid of taking ad money from right, all these big online sports books and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a little bit of hypocrisy going on, Aaron. So, thank you for that part of the narrative as well. You're absolutely right, man. So, you know what, MLB? You're talking about, well, you don't like gambling? Well, I'll tell you what, all right, then you don't take any more ad money and tell your players, we're not taking money, neither can you. How about that? MLB is in bed with gambling. Yeah. But they're still going to come out and make a big deal of it. They'll twist it. They'll twist it. And I mean, baseball should be tough on gambling. Every sport should be tough on it. Good God, we keep going the way. I mean, horse racing, that's been forever, doping horses and doing all these other things and whatever, um, which is cruel. I mean, I hate horse racing anyhow, but I mean, it is. I mean, it is. It's ruining everything. They're gonna. I mean, I'm assuming you can bet on everything. Was it Arnold Rothstein used to say you could bet on anything? I guess apparently once he won this huge bet. He was sitting in a car with another gambler. It was raining outside, and apparently he bet on one raindrop, and the other guy bet on the other, and Rothstein had won because his raindrop slid down the window and got to the bottom of the window before the other guys. I mean, you can bet on anything, but wow, that's just too bad. Yeah, people betting on curling, for God's sake. I wouldn't be surprised. Baseball bans a man from 1919, 8 players, right? But 3 possible Hall of Famers, certainly Shoeless Joe Jackson and Eddie Seacott, whatever. But then now you're in bed with, the devil. So maybe Class A does something unprecedented and saying, well, baseball must be fine with it. They take money from it. So there we go. Yeah, we do, Todd. We need Newman and Redford to run a sting. How about it? Never known a poker player yet that didn't play the ponies. How about that? That's such a great movie, isn't it? Don't bother with the Sting 2. It's awful. But the first one, Academy Award winner, and deservedly so. John Scarney, of course, the hands doing all the card stuff. That's not Paul Newman. If you've ever seen the movie Shade, There's a lot of Easter eggs and stuff that refer back to The Sting. What a great movie. All right, back to it now. Claude Ritchie, the number 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They lead right now 2-1. Johnny Cueto has walked one and struck out one through 3 innings of work. 0 for 1 for the Buccos second baseman today. 3-1 pitch on the way to Claude Ritchie. And Ritchie swings, and this one's going to be a one hopper to short. And up with that is going to be Alcides Escobar. And fires on to Eric Hosmer for the 6-3 putout. All right, Kitty Bransfield, he is 1 for 1 today. Ahead in the count, 2-1, doubled his last time up in the second. And this one's just going to be a little flare, little quail into right field for a base hit. So 2 for 2 for Kitty Bransfield, who's got some good wheels. So Salvatore Perez, though, able to cut down Hannes Wagner. He's going to be looking for some little shenanigans, dead ball shenanigans. Here is Kitty Bransfield on first for the right fielder, Jimmy Sebring. 1-2 pitch. Sebring swings, base hit, right field. The Buccos bring their bats today. And running through the stop sign at second base and in standing at third is Kitty Bransfield. Bransfield knew he had it all the way, so the Buccos with one down, runners at the corners. For the catcher, Jack O'Connor, ignore that pitcher again. I did not change the pictures or anything like that. 0-2 pitch. O'Connor looks at one just on the corner. It looks like Salvador Perez might have framed that pitch a little bit, but it is a legit strikeout. Johnny Cueto comes through clutch from the stretch there. So the Buccos with speed on the base paths, but 2 away, and Deacon Philippe, who needs himself a safety here to give the Bucs some insurance. Cueto works out of the stretch, and ignore the music, and Deacon Philippe loves it. RBI single to right, and the Pittsburgh Pirates pick up their third run of the game, and Jimmy Sebring also just tearing off there. They do get Sebring at third, but the run scores. So Deacon Philippe picks up the RBI, and the 1902 Pirates pick up the 3-1 lead. Let's look at that play at third. That was pretty close. But on the replay, we may get a little bit more truth. As Kiss is playing here in 1902. Oh, okay. So they got him at second. That was the deal. All right. So they got Deacon Philippe, I was going to say, because Jimmy made it to third. All right, 3-1 Pittsburgh Pirates. We head to the top of the fifth. And it's going to be Salvador Perez, Alcides Escobar, and Johnny Cueto. Johnny Cueto. Cueto. That's what we said in that big blackout in Pittsburgh. Cueto. And he dropped the ball, picked it up. Next one, Russell. Oh, man. Oh, my God. That was such a beautiful home run. Bam. Russell Martin just hammered it. All right, here we go. O'Connor sets up. Deacon Philippe has fanned 5 Royals in 4 innings thus far. Ahead in the count, 0-2.
Strike 3.
Strike 3. Cut on and miss. And this time, Deacon Philippe dropping the hammer. Nice little curveball in there. So Deacon Philippe picks up his 6th K of the game. And here's Alcides Escobar. 0 for 1 against Deacon and the Bucs. 1-2 pitch. Escobar swings. And this is going to be a little nubber to third. But up with that one is Tommy Leach. Good hustle on that slow roller. And that high infield grass here at Exposition Park in Pittsburgh. 2 up, 2 down for the Royals. Brings up Johnny Cueto. 0 for 1 for Cueto. And here's the pitch. Flew out to center his last time up. Cueto lofted to left into shallow left here. And that's going to be Fred Clark on his horse and making the catch. So the Kansas City Royals go in order. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Pittsburgh Pirates of 1902 lead the Kansas City Royals of 2015 3-1 as my phone dings, dings, dings. Usually means God knows what. Oh, yeah, big deal. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Thank you for letting me know, guys. I really appreciate you. Okay. Anyhow, back to it. It was not importante. All right, we are back at the top of the order for the Bucks. It'll be Fred Clark, Ginger Beaumont, and Hannes Wagner. Player manager Clark, nothing for one in a game and a walk. 1-2 pitch on the way.
Strike three.
Clark looks at called strike three. Nice sinker there. Good pitch by Johnny Cueto. So picking up his third K of the day. Ginger Beaumont 1 for 2 with a run batted in. Count 1-1 strike. Had that triple that gave Pittsburgh the 2-1 lead. And line drive, base hit, right field. So Ginger Beaumont having himself a good day. The Buccos picking up their 7th hit of the game. Here's Hannes Wagner. Count full on the Dutchman. And Wagner, this could be a 6-4. 2 close play first, and they get him 6-4-3 double play. So the Royals face the minimum. Even though there was a runner on, we go to the top of the 6th inning. The Pirates still holding on to a 3-1 lead. Deacon Philippe still with some gas in the tank. I have this league set up for just modern default era pitching, so that way the dead ball pitchers don't get an unfair advantage, and that also helps a little bit for the American League pitchers and the later teams who aren't hitting. So tried to balance this out the best I could. Any other era I would have picked, and I couldn't pick any modern American League teams. So it's nice to be fair, I guess. All right, back at the top of the order for the Royals here in the 6th. Kane, Zobrist, and Hosmer. 1-2 pitch on the way now to Lorenzo Kane, I should say. Looking for his first hit. Ain't going to happen here. Wagner catches that little liner at short. 1 down now. Ben Zobrist, who was 1 for 2 in today's contest. Ahead in the count, 3-1. Philippe deals, and guess what? Zobrist, he's going to dump this into left. Zobrist going for 2. The throw hits the cutoff man. Zobrist with enough speed. Makes it to the wall. The dimensions of this huge ballpark helping. So 1 out double, and Philippe now to face the number 3 hitter, Eric Hosmer. Hosmer having a perfect day at the plate thus far. He is 2 for 2. Here's the pitch. Hosmer, first pitch swinging. This is going to get down into center. Base hit, and this could score the second run, and indeed it does for the Kansas City Royals. So Hosmer, credit him with an RBI single, and Kansas City Royals inching back. It is now 3-2. The dead ball teams have been doing pretty well in this so far. Actually, a couple of them have advanced against modern teams. So it's been a good mix of teams all the way around. I'll show you guys briefly at the end of the game because I think we're down to, just one more game in round 1. It's the 1905 Giants, I think it's the 98 Astros, I think. All right, here is Mike Moustakas now. So he has an RBI in this game. 1 down. Pittsburgh looking to turn 2 here. The 0-2 pitch. And this ball is going to get away from Jack O'Connor. So Philippe, let's see. It is a wild pitch. And now the potential tying run in scoring position for the Kansas City Royals. Moustakas back in the box now. 1 down. The 2-2 pitch on the way.
Strike 3.
Oh, beautiful on the corner fastball from Deacon Philippe. 2 down. Looking to get out of this with the minimal damage now. And it looks like we have a pinch hitter here. Kendrys Morales will come on to pinch hit for the 2015 Royals. In 2015, he posted a .290 batting average, 22 home runs, 106 runs batted in for him. So pretty good power, pretty good contact, good eye up there at the plate. 1-1 pitch on the way. Morales swings, fly ball out to center field. Back on it, and making the catch is Ginger Beaumont. The Royals do pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the 6th, the 1902 Pirates 3, and the 2015 Royals 2. Fred Clark will be, of course, watching Deacon Philippe when we head to the top of the 7th inning. So, no, they're all-time, yeah, so AP writers got together, and there's this great article in Boston.com that I had put in past broadcasts of this thing that I'm doing, of what they felt was each franchise's best team of all time. Um, so, and they posted it on a site called Boston.com, and really fun. So I decided, why not put it together and make it just a one and done tournament all the way through. And some surprises. One of them that I'm really happy about is the 1922 Browns advanced to round two. So I love that team. All right, Tommy Leach, Claude Ritchie, and Kitty Bransfield due up for the Pirates here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Hope you guys are enjoying this little matinee, and for those of you catching it later, hope you also enjoy the game. 2-1 pitch on the way for Tommy. Leach swings, and this is going to be a weak little grounder out to short, and up with that is Escobar, and he makes the catch. So good job there of Escobar, though, staying with that ball as Leach tears down the line quickly. Here's Claude Ritchie. He's looking for his first hit today. 1-2 pitch on the way to Ritchie.
Strike three.
And big swing and a miss. Strike three. Nice slider there by Johnny Cueto. So that one at 80 miles an hour on the gun. Fourth strikeout for Cueto. And here's Kitty Bransfield now. 2 for 2 for Bransfield. Here we go. Bransfield, little number to the left of the mound. Cueto up with it, gloves it, and on to first. And that is a 1-3, 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top of the seventh inning. The Pirates clinging to a 3-2 lead over the Royals. That would be Alex Gordon, Salvador Perez, and Alcides Escobar due up for the Royals. So Filippo definitely running out of some gas here. Struck out 7 thus far. No walks in this game. He's been touched up for 2 runs, 5 hits. The Buccos with 3 runs and 7 hits. Not an error in this game yet, but have a wild pitch. 0-2 delivery on the way to Alex Gordon. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Deacon Philippe pulling the chain there, and the change up 77 miles an hour on the gun. Salvador Perez now 0 for 2, 1 down. 0-1 pitch on the way. Perez swings, liner to first, and quick reflexes there by Kitty Bransfield. And he's going to pop that into the old leather for out number 2. All right, here's Alcides Escobar now. 0 for 2 on the day, and the count even. Grounded to Tommy Leach last time, and he's going to pop up on the infield right side. And who you going to call? Well, you're going to call on second baseman Claude Ritchie. The Royals go in order, and it is the 7th inning stretch time at Exposition Park in Pittsburgh. The 1902 Pirates leading the 2015 Kansas City Royals 3 tallies to 2. Bart Lowe joining us here at the ballpark. How you doing today, Bart? Hope you're doing well. If it's hot where you are, stay in, stay hydrated. If it's not, still hope you're enjoying a great day. As those of us in the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast and Great Lakes states are getting baked right now. I have to say, though, that this summer hasn't been as merciless as the past 2 here. Aaron Reed talking about a song that won't be written for another 6 years yet, as we're in 1902 Pittsburgh, but we'll take it anyhow. As he says, let me hear ya. As people are singing some sort of version of a song that will not be written until 1908 by Jack Norworth and Albert Von Tilzer. Take me out to the ball game. All right, 7, 8, 9 hitters due up here for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jimmy Sebring, Jack O'Connor, and Deacon Philippe. So, it's been ungodly hot in Kentucky, says Aaron Reed. He says it's been in the 90s all week. So Aaron says he might be doing a game on his channel after this one, 1966 World Series, his World Series alternate replay. Twins and Phils, Twins up in that series. So if you haven't subscribed to Aaron Reed's channel, please do so. He does a lot of baseball for Windows, does some Action PC baseball as well. So Bart, yeah, that's right. You're in Southeast PA. That's right, man. So you're getting baked too, and we're going to get it even worse tomorrow and Wednesday. The good news is Thursday it starts to break up. Tanga God for that, huh? All right, Sebring 1 for 2 in the game, and he's ahead in the count. 3-1. And Jimmy is going to look at ball 4. So here we go. Buccos get a runner on. They want to add some cushion here. 3-2. The Royal, some Pirates faithful here singing, let's go, let's go. And that will be it for Johnny Cueto. His day is done. Kelvin Herrera will come on in relief. Looking at his record in 2015, 4 wins, 3 losses, 69 and 1/3 work, 52 hits, 21 earned runs, 26 walks, 64 strikeouts, and a 2.73 average. Pretty good stuff. You can bring it up in the low 90s for you. Modern Relic joining us in the daytime. The day to know a champion will not be. Oh, and your World Series, will a champion be crowned today? Asked Aaron Reed. We shall see. Phil's got to come back. Modern Relic says it is 97 degrees where he is. His power was out until about 10 minutes ago. Good times. Oh my God. Turn on the AC, brother. Man, it's just, yeah, this is brutal. But again, it's going to break on this part of Pennsylvania on Thursday. Todd should get a day earlier break. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. There we go. All right, Herrera will face Jack O'Connor. We'll see whether Fred Clark decides to pinch hit for Dick and Philippe, and then Fred Clark himself. Jack O'Connor of the wrong pitcher is 0 for 2 today. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and O'Connor shows bunt. This one bunted foul down the first base line. Count is 1-2. Buccos catcher swing and a miss. Nice sinker there by Kelvin Herrera and Lefty Davis. So Deacon Philippe's day is done. Both starters done in this game now. Lefty Davis with a 280 average in 1902 with 20 home runs. Buccos lead this one 3-2 in this one and done tournament on Out of the Park Baseball 26. 1-1 pitch on the way. And Davis swings, and this one just over Escobar's head into left field. Little dying quail, little flare. All right. So Jimmy Sebring on his second. The Pirates mounting a threat here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Swing around to the top of the order. Player manager Fred Clark. So the big bats, the 2 Hall of Famers for these Pittsburgh Pirates, no production at all in this game. So Fred Clark 0 for 2 in the game. Sebring at second, trailing him Lefty Davis on first. Speed on the base paths, as you would expect for a dead ball team. 1-1 pitch on the way to Fred Clark. And this could be a possible double play. 3-6 to 3. The Royals turning another double play in this game. So the Buccos' threat is stymied. We go to the top of the 7th inning, or the top of the 8th inning, and Warren McLaughlin will come on and pitch for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Johnny Gomes coming on as a pinch hitter. Dyson will stay in to play right field for the 2015 Kansas City Royals. So looking at McLaughlin's record, in 1902, 3 wins, no losses. He worked 26 innings, gave up 27 hits, 8 earned runs, 9 walks, 13 strikeouts, an ERA of 2.77. Johnny Gomes in 30 at-bats in 2015, 5 hits, 4 ribbies, and 167 average. So Herrera, the big gun off the Royals bench, sits back down, and he'll enjoy the rest of the amenities here at Exposition Park in 1902. And wondering, my God, does that center field does it ever end? It's huge. Big ballpark here. Count full. Pitch from Lefty McLaughlin to Johnny Gomes. Gomes swings, and this one sinking liner to left, but Fred Clark able to pick that off a blade of grass before it actually touches it. Here's Lorenzo McCain now, or Lorenzo Cain. Don't know why I keep calling him McCain. Back at the top of the order, and nothing for 3. Southpaw McLaughlin looks in, has the sign from Jack O'Connor. Here is the wind, and the 2-0 pitch on the way. Cain swings, and good wood on this one, but liner to right. Jimmy Sebring is not going to miss a lot of balls out there in right field. 2 Royals up, 2 Royals down now for Ben Zobrist. Pretty good day at the plate for him. 2 for 3. McLaughlin deals. Here is the 1-0 pitch. Doubled his last time up, and this time Oh, grounder. Good stop there by Tommy Leach, playing it on a weird bounce off the pebble. So 1, 2, 3, go. The Kansas City Royals. We head to the bottom of the eighth inning. Good ball game here. The Pittsburgh Pirates of 1902 leading this one 3-2. It'll be Ryan Madsen now on in relief for the Royals. A 1-2 record in 2015 for him. 63 innings pitched, 15 earned runs, 14 walks, 58 strikeouts, an ERA for Madsen of 2.14. So his hold rating's average. The Bucks need to take advantage of that. Ginger Beaumont, Hannes Wagner, Tommy Leach due up. The number 2, 3, 4 hitters to the 1902 Pirates. Todd B says he'll still take the heat over shoveling snow any day. How about it? So 81 and overcast in Ohio. Well, that gives us some hope here in the Commonwealth of PA Parallel League. Thank you, my friend. Myron Relic says he's in Arizona. 99 is the low this week. Can stand a little snow about now. Yeah, I get it, man. This is just this is sort of like one of those days in winter when it's like 10 below zero, and it's nothing, right? It's like it's so cold that the sun doesn't really have an effect on the weather, and it's this kind of it's just hot and it's just nasty, and that's all. And just blah. So you know, just no fun. Stay hydrated. Of course, the danger about shoveling snow is you can easily overheat. Be careful of that. But we'll worry about that in January. Of course, Todd's in Cleveland. Jeff Hunter, it's been a minute and a half since I've seen you, bud. Welcome in. Good to see you. A little Monday afternoon baseball. Hope you're doing well. And I don't know if you're still in the Fields of Dreams League. If you are, hope you're doing well in that. So. All right, Ginger Beaumont ready to face Ryan Madsen. Here we go, bottom of the eighth. When we go to the top of the ninth for the Kansas City Royals, we'll have Hosmer, Moustakas, and Dyson. Madsen peers in and has a sign from Gold Glove catcher Salvador Perez. He's ahead in the count, or behind in the count 3-0, and just gives up the free pass. So Madsen gives up the 3-0. So on 4 pitches, they walk Ginger Beaumont. And some might seem that foolhardy to walk Beaumont to get to Wagner, but Wagner nothing for 2 today in a walk and a caught stealing. So as I said, neither Fred Clark nor Hannes Wagner thus far today producing for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 0-2 pitch on the way to Wagner, and Wagner will send this into right, and it gets down into a base hit. So here we go. Ginger Beaumont normally would be at third base at this point, but wasn't sure. That ball just parachuting into short right. So Wagner picks up his first hit of the day. 2 on, nobody out for Tommy Leach. Tommy Leach with a 418-foot opposite field home run back in the bottom of the second that tied this game up. Bucco scored 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. The Royals scored 1 in the first and 1 in the sixth. That's your scoring summary right now in this one-and-done game in this Boston.com tournament. All right, Madsen ready to face Tommy Leach now. And the 0-1 pitch. Leach shows bunt, gets it down, and they go to third, and nice tag. They get Ginger Beaumont. So Leach doesn't make it to Leach doesn't get the sacrifice done. Got to give Moustakas some nice. Got to give him some props there. Good play at third. They go for the lead runner, gutsy, but necessary. So 1 out, 2 on for the Bucks. The Flying Dutchman at second. Tommy Leach at first. Incredible speed in both cases. And here's Claude Ritchie. Bad news for the Buccos is thus far Claude Ritchie is nothing for 3. Madsen has the sign from Salvador Perez. Count full on Claude Ritchie. Struck out his last time. That ain't happening this time. Line drive, base hit, left field. And coming around to score like real fast. There we go. Is Hannes Wagner. You're never going to catch him. So a single for Claude Ritchie, and the Pirates add some insurance here. It is 4-2, and that's the 10th hit for the Pittsburgh Pirates in this game. Here's Kitty Bransfield now. Bransfield 2 for 3 in the day, 2 on for the Bucks. Tommy Leach at second, trailing him, Claude Ritchie at first. Here is the pitch. And this one grounded to short. Bransfield taps that one to short. Alcides Escobar up with it, and Bransfield retired. So moving up on the play, Tommy Leach at third, Claude Ritchie at second. Jimmy Sebring would love to come through clutch here. He is 1 for 2. Big run, says Todd B. Absolutely. And with the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for these Kansas City Royals, you're absolutely right, bud. All right, here we go. Madsen from the stretch, working to the Bucko right fielder Jimmy Sebring. Count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Sebring taps it first, and that does it for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But a big, big run scores for the Buccos. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Will the 1902 Pirates be yet another dead ball team to advance in this one-and-done tournament? It's up to Warren McLaughlin here, looking for the save. So again, the Royals only ever had the lead for 1.5 innings in this game. It's been pretty much Pirates, but a good game so far. Line score thus far for the Pirates, 4-10-0. For the Royals, 2-5-0. Last chance to dance for the Royals, says Aaron Reed. All right, here we go. Eric Hosmer, perfect 3 for 3 at the plate today. Seeing Bucko pitching pretty well with a run batted in. Lefty McLaughlin ready to deal to Eric Hosmer. Singled his last time, and Hosmer's going to send this to the alley all the way to the wall. And if Hosmer can turn on the Jets, they're going to stop him at second. So here we go. Potential tying run comes to the plate for the 2015 Kansas City Royals. So this could prove to be a very, very big hit. Fred Clark doesn't seem to be motioning to get anybody up in relief. He's staying with Warren McLaughlin, the lefty. Again, McLaughlin 3-0 in 1902 for these very, very dominant Pittsburgh Pirates. 14, these either 14 or 14 and a half ahead of the Brooklyn Bridegrooms of 1902. All right, Moustakas in the box. RBI, he is 0 for 2. Hosmer, good lead off of second. 1-1 pitch on the way now. Moustakas swings, could be trouble, gets down for a base hit. And the Royals are going to get one back here in the 9th. Coming into second, close play. And let me see, the throw is in. Moustakas is safe. And that is an RBI double. And the Buccos are in trouble. And here comes Jared Dyson. All right, infield, outfield playing normally for Dyson. Nobody out. A runner, the potential tying run in scoring position for the 2015 Kansas City Royals. Jared Dyson with 2 home runs in 2015, 18 runs batted in. On to play defense here for these Royals. 2-1 pitch. Dyson bunts this one foul. Dyson in the box, and the 3-2 pitch. Dyson swings, grounder to third. No way they're going to get the lead runner. So score that one 4-3, but on the play, Mike Moustakas moves up. So the tying run for the 2015 Kansas City Royals just 90 feet away. And here's Alex Gordon, nothing for 3, 13 home runs in 2015. Gordon looking to walk it off actually here, if possible. 2-0 pitch from the stretch. Gordon, high fly ball left field. This will be deep enough to score the runner, and it's going to get down, and this one's going to roll to the wall. Gordon is going for 3 in this big, big ballpark. Gordon going for the inside the park home run, and the throw home, the tag by O'Connor, and this game is over. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness, inside the park home run. And what's not over yet, the Buccos get one last hurrah in the top of the 9th, but they are shocked here in Pittsburgh. Oh my God, says Todd at the same time I said it. Oh my God, let's look at that one again. So I've got to look up the dimensions. This is a huge, huge ballpark, as most dead ballparks were. And man, oh man, oh man, inside the Parker. Look at that. So the 1902 dead ball Pittsburgh Pirates get a home run over the right field fence, and the 2015 Kansas City Royals get a dead ball style home run. That's pretty cool. I love it. Let's look at this one again. My goodness gracious. Fred Clark maybe needs to go to his pen. It gets out there in that pasture. You're not going to get to it. Not going to get to it. Back, but back, back, back. By the time that throw comes in, and the throw to the plate gets the hand in there and inside the park. Home run. Good gravy. Good gravy, says Aaron Reed. Wow. All right. So the Royals reclaim the lead in this game. Plate 3 here in the top of the ninth. It is 5-4. Hell of a ball game. Salvador Perez now in the box. He is 0 for 3. Bases empty. 2-1 pitch from Warren McLaughlin. Swung on. Sinking fly ball out to center field. On his horse is Ginger Beaumont. So second out wouldn't have mattered. Royals would have still picked up that run. When we go to the Bucko ninth, it's going to be O'Connor, and I'm hoping that Fred Clark is going to be pinch hitting for McLaughlin, and then back at the top of the order for player manager Fred Clark. That's a pasture home run. Pasture outfielder. How about it? Parallel league never fails to disappoint, and there it is. All right, McLaughlin's still in there. 2 down, and the 0-2 pitch to Escobar. Alcides swings. Base hit, right field. 9th hit for the Royals in this game. Fred Clark, is he going to budge? Is he going to bring in another pitcher? He's trying not to waste that spot. And here we go. So Alex Rios now had 385 at bats, 2015, 4 home runs, 32 runs batted in, 255 average. Runner on first. Royals lead this one 5-4. 1-1 pitch on the way. Rios swings. Grounder to first. Taking this one unassisted is Kitty Bransfield. But what a messy inning for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 3 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors. A runner left. And an inside the park home run. We go to the bottom of the ninth. And it'll be Wade Davis looking for the win and the save here. And he will face Jack O'Connor. And we'll see. McLaughlin does have bat in hand. Wade Davis's numbers: 8 wins, 1 loss in 2015. He worked 67 innings, 33 hits, 700 runs, 20 walks, 78 strikeouts. Look at that ERA, 0.94. He can throw heat. Good stuff, good movement. Tough. Pirates have a bit of a hill here to climb. But again, you play for the tie at home and the win on the road. So the Buccos trying to just get this tie and force extra innings if possible. Here's the 0-1. And fly ball, deep center field. O'Connor got good contact on that, but Lorenzo Cain back on it. Snags it, 1 out. And here's Jimmy Burke. No relation to the gangster of the same name that I know of. Jimmy Burke, 296 average in 1902, 26 runs batted in for him. Wade Davis looking for a quick 1-2-3, and the Royals looking to advance. 0-2 pitch on the way to Jimmy Burke. And Burke swings, base hit up the middle. So the Pittsburgh Pirates refuse to yield. No quarter asked, none given. They're on their feet here at Exposition Park as Fred Clark strides to the plate. Hall of Fame manager is nothing for 3 in the game. It is time for Mr. Clark to put up number here. Here we go. And Clark stings this one out to right. This is going to get down all the way to the wall. The Pittsburgh Pirates could have tied this game up right now. Coming for home. The plate, the throw is offline. The throw to third. And they get Fred Clark. But the Pittsburgh Pirates tie it in the bottom of the ninth. So Clark trying for the triple, gets cut down, but picks up the RBI, and the Bucks tie it up. It is 5-5. Good God. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So Fred Clark comes through big for the team that he managed. Again, he was appointed manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates at age 29. We're just going to look at just the regular replay on that one. All the way to the wall. So I can understand Clark going for third because he saw the throw going home, but quick throw up the line, nails him at third. Buccos tie it up. Aaron says this is an epic, just an epic. This is a hell of a game here. So here we go. One of the beautiful things about baseball is drama can happen just when you want it to. 2 down, bottom of the ninth, but Ginger Beaumont, RBI in this game, and he's been seeing Royals pitching pretty well today. He is 2 for 3. Bases empty. If there's a top of the 10th inning, we will see Kane, Zobrist, and Hosmer do up for the 2015 Kansas City Royals. 2-0 pitch on the way to Ginger Beaumont. Beaumont swings, and this one popped right side, and this should end the inning. Indeed it does. Ben Zobrist has it on shallow outfield grass, but a big run scores for the Pittsburgh Pirates on 2 hits thanks to the RBI double by Fred Clark. We go to the top of the 10th. We are knotted at 5-12-0 for the Pirates, and 5-9-0 for the Royals. And Hall of Famer Jesse Tannehill, best known for his work with the St. Louis Cardinals. Jesse Tannehill in the Hall of Fame. But remember, the 1902 Pittsburgh Pirates will come on in relief now. So McLaughlin Day is done. Got touched up for 3 in the ninth. Tannehill's record in 1902, 20 wins, 6 losses, and 231 innings pitched. He struck out 25, or walked 25, struck out 100, and an ERA of 1.95. So Fred Clark wanting to get to one of his, in fact, I think Tannehill may have been the ace on this squad. All right, Lorenzo Cain. We're back at the top of the order for Kansas City. Cain, Zobrist, and Hosmer. So the leadoff hitter, Cain, nothing to show in 4 tries today. Tannehill ready to work. And the lefty brings it home. And this one, to Hopper down to third. Tommy Leach up and over with a 5-3 putout. So 1 down. Ben Zobrist, 2 for 4. Tannehill rubs up the ball, works quickly. Count full. 2 doubles. Oh, beautiful pitch on the inside corner. So, yep, looks like O'Connor did a little frame job on that one. So 2 up, 2 down. Jesse Tannehill picking up a strikeout. And here's Eric Hosmer. Hosmer perfect, 4 for 4 today. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, doubled back in the ninth. And this one grounded deep to short. Wagner gobbles it up, double clutches. So he's going to hold, and they're going to give the infield signal to Eric Hosmer. So Hosmer 5 for 5 in the contest. Kansas City now in double digits in hits, 22 hits in this game. And here's Mike Moustakas. He's 1 for 3. He has batted in 2 today, 2 down, runner on first. The Buccos will send up the 3, 4, 5 hitters in the bottom of the 10th inning. Wagner, Leach, and Ritchie. We are knotted all at 5. A better way to spend the afternoon and with a baseball game with plenty of drama. Game on, Buccos. He says, Parallel League says that he'll be sad if the 19-0 Pirates lose. So will I. So will I, my friend. All right, here we go. 2-0 pitch on the way to Moustakas. RBI double last time up. Moustakas wrapped to center, base hit. This one ain't over. And he is going to pick up the double with Beaumont up with it to throw to third. And at relay, off the mark. And Moustakas at second, Hosmer at third, 2 down. Tannehill needs to bear down here on Jared Dyson, who is 0 for 1. The Buccos do not want to play catch up in the bottom of the 10th. They want the walk-off. From the stretch, in the 0-1 pitch, Dyson swings. This should end the inning. Tap back to the mound. Throw to first. A little low, but Tannehill gets the out. So the Royals strand 2 in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the 10th here at Exposition Park here, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in this Boston.com one-and-done tournament. And it will be Hannes Wagner, Tommy Leach, and Claude Ritchie due up for the Corsairs. Wagner 1 for 3, was caught stealing this game and walked. Wade Davis staying on here in this 5-5 score. 0-2 pitch to the Dutchman. Wagner swings, and this one, little soft liner out to short left, and Alex Gordon will come in. And as strange music plays in his ears, or not strange music to him, but certainly to Wagner. So 1 down here for Tommy Leach. I got to remember to turn that off. Tommy Leach with a home run in this game, 1 for 4. Leach cuts on the first pitch. Soft fly ball out to short right field. And Dyson making the grab. 2 up, 2 down for the Bucks. Here's Claude Ritchie, RBI in this game, 1 for 4. The 1-2 delivery on the way.
Strike 3.
Oh my goodness, we're going to extras, more extras, I should say. So we are knotted at 5. We head to the top of the 11th inning. Hell of a game, no matter who wins this one. Those 3 runs, though, by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Always easy to armchair manage after the fact, but Fred Clark probably should have gone to Tannehill in the 9th, but left Warren McLaughlin in and came back to bite him in the arse. Bucco's able to tie it up, though, in the bottom of the 9th. That big inside the park home run, the story of this game so far. Clean game, as they would say in the dead ball era, though. No errors as Alex Gordon settles into the plate. Gordon with a home run in this game. 2 runs batted in. 1 for 4 for Alex Gordon. Count full. Jess Tannehill ready to work now to Gordon. And he hits this one hard to right field, liner. But how about it? Jimmy Sebring jumps on the old stallion and brings it down and puts it in the saddlebag. So 1 up, 1 down now for Salvador Perez. He is 0 for 4. Tannehill has the sign from catcher Jack O'Connor. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery. Perez swings. This one could be trouble. High fly ball to center. And this one is going to be in no man's land all the way out, all the way to the wall. Perez saying, I wish I played in the dead ball. Perez coming around the score. This could be a walk-off inside the park home run. The throw to the plate, the tag, and that's your ball game. The Pittsburgh Pirates in 1902 drop, or they do not drop. They do not drop. I keep thinking it's the Heat. 6-5. So the second inside the park home run in this game. Completely believable, again, with the dimensions of Exposition Park, and the Royals back on top, 6-5. Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo. All right. 1 away, bases empty for Alcides Escobar. Wow. So 6-5 Royals. What a game. 0-2 pitch on the way to Escobar. Escobar swings. And this one, lazy little fly ball out there to left field. And Fred Clark reaches up and pulls it down. So 2 up, 2 down now. Wade Davis, interestingly enough, looks like they're going to allow Davis to hit. Here we go. 0-2 pitch. And Wade Davis, swing and a miss, strikes 3. So the Royals showing some confidence in Wade Davis, allowing him to bat. 1-run lead. Bottom of the order for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Is this the last hurrah for the 1902 Buccaneers? Kitty Bransfield, Jimmy Sebring, Jack O'Connor due up. Kitty Bransfield, first baseman, 2 for 4 in the game today. Wade Davis has worked 2 in relief and has fanned 1. And here we go. The 1-1 pitch to Kitty Bransfield. Bransfield swings. And it's a base hit, a little Texas leaguer into center field. So the Pittsburgh Pirates leading in hits 13-12. It's 6-5. Kitty Bransfield with good speed. Here's Jimmy Sebring now, 1 for 3. His parallel league thinking the Buccos hit that inside the park home run. What a fun game. 2-0 pitch on the way, and Jimmy Sebring, that's in there for a strike. All right, 2-1 pitch. Sebring fouls this one, first base side. Count 2-2. Sebring swings and soft liner to second, and Davis has it, or I'm sorry, Zobrist has it, and he makes the catch. All right. Davis had put his glove up there, but Zobrist had it all the way. So one away now for Jack O'Connor. Of course, does Fred Clark take Jesse Tannehill, who's waiting on deck, out of the game, should the Buccos tie it up here. Kansas City allowing Wade Davis to bat for himself. There's a lot of confidence there. Here we go. 0-1 pitch now to Jack O'Connor. Flew out last time to Lorenzo Cain. And this gets down for a base hit. Gets down for a base hit. Bransfield on his way to third. The tag not in time. So the Pittsburgh Pirates with the potential tying run just 90 feet away in the personage of Kitty Bransfield. Jack O'Connor on at first. And Jesse Tannehill's day is done, as Whit Conroy will come on. Whit Conroy in the 1902 season used mainly in a pinch hitter role. 244 average for him, a home run, 47 runs batted in for Whit. All right, let's just check and see where's he hit the damn ball. So mostly going out to short, as you would expect. All right. Cousin Ken Castro, he says, what shenanigans is going on here? Probably, and I thank Aaron for this, probably one of the most epic games ever played here in the family, La Familia. Cuz, I hope you're doing well. So Cousin Ken Castro sent me a great image of Christy Mathewson baseball game. Oh my God, would I love to have that with the Spinners. Just thank you, Cuz. Thank you, Cuz. All right, here we go. Can the Pirates, again, can they tie it up? Wow. One down. Jack O'Connor's going to have to get a good jump at Salvatore Perez. Not to be trifled there with behind the plate. He did cut down Hannes Wagner. Here we go. 2-2 pitch. Conroy looks at a called strike 3. That fastball in the outside corner. Huge strikeout. And they're taking Wade Davis out. So Greg Holland is going to come on to face Fred Clark. So Holland's numbers in 2015, 3 wins, 2 losses. He worked 44 and 1/3. Walked 26, struck out 49, a 3.86 earned run average. Player manager Fred Clark, 1 for 4 with a run batted in. He needs a safety, or the 1902 Pirates go home. Hell of a ball game here. 11 runs, 26 hits, and no errors, baby. Whoever wins this one deserves it. This has been a good old-fashioned tight baseball game. Here we go. Fred Clark. First pitch swinging. Texas leader to center. The Pittsburgh Pirates tie the ball game. Going for 3, and in there is Jack O'Connor. Oh my God. So it is 6-6 as Parallel League says, come on, Fred. Captain Clark, it's on you. And Captain Manager Fred Clark comes through, and the Pittsburgh Pirates have tied it up again. All right. I was hoping for a quick game, and, well, that's not happening. Alla Park Baseball gets upset when I don't play it for a while, and it does this. It's kind of fun. At least it seems to. All right, Ginger Beaumont has been seeing Royals pitching very well today. 2 for 4 with an RBI. A chance for the Bucks to walk it off here. The mighty Hannes Wagner waits on deck, says Parallel League. All right, tension building here at Exposition Park here on the North Shore in Pittsburgh, PA. This would be the Pirates' home until June of 1909 when they would move to the Oakland section of Pittsburgh and Forbes Field. But as I said, home plate still preserved where it is from Exposition Park. Count full. And it's a walk. Ginger Beaumont, good eye up there. And now it gets dangerous. Hannes Wagner with a walk, 1 for 4, and a caught stealing, is now at the plate. And Greg Holland, there is nowhere to put the Flying Dutchman. 2 down, 6-6 in this one-and-done tournament. In the bottom of the 11th. Holland asking for a new ball. The dead ball player's kind of looking a little quizzically at him. Why? That one doesn't have enough tobacco juice or licorice on it yet. But nonetheless, Holland rubbing up the ball with some of that Chesapeake clay, staining his hands. Salvador Perez running through the signs as Hannes Wagner, one of the inaugural members of the Hall of Fame, in the box. Jack O'Connor at third, Fred Clark at second, Ginger Beaumont at first. Monorelic says, nice. All right. So is Greg Holland thinking of Tug McGraw's frozen ice ball theory right now? Out of the stretch, and the 3-0 to Hannes Wagner. And that is the ball game. They walk in the winning run, and that is it. So the 1902 Pirates, in a hard-fought game, snatched the victory despite 2 inside the park home runs by the Kansas City Royals, and the Pittsburgh Pirates will move to round 2 in this game. What a crazy, crazy baseball game was this. Deacon Philippe said he was extremely nervous before taking the mound in round 1. Well, we know dead ball guys didn't get nervous, but let's run with it anyhow, gents. He says, how could you not be? Philippe said, there's not much margin for error in a one-game series, and that's nerve-wracking. But the Pittsburgh 1902 hurler soon settled in, and it showed. His club came out on top with a 7-6 win at Exposition Park over the Kansas City Royals of 2015 to advance to round 2. So Philippe named MVP, yada, 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 yada. But you know what? No shame at all on the Kansas City Royals. So the Pirates will play against the 1976 Reds in round 2. Cincinnati won their series against the 1970 Baltimore Orioles. So let's look at the line and a few highlights here for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 7 runs, 15 hits, no errors for the 2015 Kansas City Royals. 6 runs, and I remind you, 2 of them were inside the park home runs when it mattered most. 12 hits and no errors. What a crazy game. I mean, you look at this graph here, just all over the place. I love when teams battle it out. Everybody hitting their bullpens, hitting the bench pretty hard here. Wowza, 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 wowza. So who is our player of the game? Who is our player of the game here? Let me see. Who's it going to be? Deacon Philippe. So Deacon Philippe gets the player of the game. He does not get the win. McLaughlin gets the blown save. Came in and gave up those 3 big earned runs. One of them, the inside the park home run in the 9th. Pirates able to come back twice and tie it up. So pretty tough. Jesse Tannehill, Hall of Famer, credited with the win. So we had, unfortunately, Wade Davis, right? So they allow him to hit, and he comes on, and he gets the blown save, the first blown save, and then Greg Holland blows a save situation by walking the winning run home. Holy frijoles. What a game. What a game. What a game. Let's look at our matchups and see who's left, because Todd asked how the dead ball teams are faring, and they're faring pretty well. So you just saw this one. It was a wild one. Again, the Cincinnati Reds will advance to round 2. The 1929 Philadelphia Athletics took out the, which year was this? The 2001 Seattle Mariners. The 1927 Yankees, that was kind of that was a snoozer in a way because just they're the Yankees, but they took care of the Diamondbacks 1-0, and that was the 2001 Diamondbacks. The Colorado Rockies of 2007, 2008, 2007 took care of the 1917 Chicago White Sox 1-0. That was actually a really good game. The 1948 Cleveland Indians took care of the 94 Expos. The 1993 um, Toronto Blue Jays defeat, I forget, I'm sorry which Dodgers team this was, 1-0. We still have the 1912 Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays to play. And that's all we have in round one. The 1906 Cubs down the Phillies to move ahead. The 1986 Mets disposed of the Braves. Um, the Astros took care of the 1942 Cardinals. The 1922 St. Louis Browns ousted the Marlins. The Angels over the 1924 Senators. The 1935 Tigers over the 84 Padres. Harvey's Wallbangers, 1983 Brewers over the 1965 Twins, and the Rangers, the 2011 Rangers, taking care of the 2005 or the 1905 Giants. So one game left in round one, and don't know when I'll be doing it, but I believe the 2006 Tampa Bay Rays against the 1912 Boston Red Sox and Smokey Joe Wood. Phew, skyrockets in flight, afternoon delight, absolutely. So that's it. So before I go, guys, I'm creating a league for anybody that wants it when it's done for both pocket pennant run and out of the park baseball. And it's 30-man rosters each franchise. So for each player, the franchise with which he is most associated. And just to make it easy, I just did it based on WAR. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna start inputting the teams, but I'm really waiting for that update for Pocket Pennant Run. But I'm also gonna put this into a big old CSV file and get it done for Out of the Park Baseball. So if anybody wants it, it will be available. I'll let you guys know in the Ned McGreevy Discord. That is it. So Aaron Reed says, for those that are interested in more baseball, his stream is starting right after this one. So guys, go catch it. It's the World Series. Aaron Reed, 1966, and it's the Phillies against the Twins, and the Phillies down 3-1, and so that we can get Aaron started here. I'm going to say thank you to everybody for coming in. It was a blast joining you guys today. I'll be back again soon. Till the next time, we'll see you around the batting cage. Go on to Aaron Reed's channel and watch the World Series on Baseball for Windows. 1966 Minnesota Twins up 3-1 on the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, take care, guys.